Hey, what's going on, everybody?
False start.
Welcome back to another episode of the 2-1 Special Podcast. Hold on. As matter of fact, before this, screw the intro. My name Randall. We got Dad. We got LJ. Here's what we got going on. All right, Dad. So I thought I was about to freak out because I thought I had to delete some stuff, but I already fixed that issue.
Mm-hmm.
For some strange reason, I need a new keyboard and mouse. I need a new keyboard because my space bar don't work, but I can work around it when I'm playing games on my mouse and keyboard because the mouse that I got like a whole bunch of buttons on the side. So if I gotta jump, because usually I use my space bar to jump on my keyboard, I just key bind it to one of these buttons on my mouse, so where I don't gotta buy keyboard. Eventually I'm gonna get a keyboard, but like I said, it's just space bar. I was like, I really don't, because I don't be typing nothing. Then plus I got a laptop right here, so if I need to do any like business or anything, I can just use my laptop. So I've been kind of holding off on getting a keyboard because it's just space bar, and I can do, like I said, just key bind it to my mouse if I need to. Now my mouse, on the other hand, it works, but for some strange reason, when I click, it double clicks sometimes. I got one of these. What is this? A Logitech? Yeah, I got a Logitech mouse to where you can change the settings on it to where when you click, it go like rapid fast, especially for like first person shooter games, all that type of stuff. So when I click it, instead of me clicking it once, sometimes it go like 3 or 4 times. So when I press record, it press record, then it unclick record again. I don't know why. So yeah, I kind of freaked out right there. Yeah, I thought I gotta do some stuff on my PC, but I fixed that.
Maybe you should just go ahead and get you a new keyboard.
I need me a new mouse, keyboard, and a whole new PC, to be honest with you. Cause this thing.
You just got that PC. I'm the one who need you.
Luckily,
my PC over here low key dying.
You just need a new graphics card, to be honest. For real. And Dad getting a PC too soon, or he was thinking about getting a
PC. Next week or the week after.
That man finna join the PC master race. I feel you.
You got a pre-built?
I'm going to get one. I got somebody helping me with all the parts and stuff like that. Because Newegg, like, you put the parts together and they'll build it for you.
Right.
So I'm thinking about doing that. Because to be honest, like, if I was to build one, I'm afraid these big old sausage fingers will fuck up something. So
you can do that, or go to PC Part Picker, and they tell you which good parts, and then they build it for you and ship it to you. If you want to go that route, because they text hella on PC Part Picker. I'm just gonna tell you that. Well, I'm just gonna tell you that right now. But yeah, you got a whole bunch of stuff. Pre-builds now with me and LJ first. Well, I started mine, then LJ joined me after like a year or a couple months after I did mine. But around the time me and LJ was first starting PC gaming, pre-build was horrible. But now pre-builds are pretty much up par with, with the builds.
That's what my thing was first, because like pre-built was like bare minimum, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now that they're making pre-builds like pretty good for the gaming and stuff like that. So
yeah, pre-builds are way better now than what they used to be. But like I said, you got, if it's like you got me, you got LJ, and so you got your homeboy, so you in good hands. The only thing about pre-builds is you, like me and LJ, we can change the parts. With pre-build, you pretty much can't unless you know what you're doing. But pre-build, you pretty much can't. You pretty much got to buy a whole nother PC if you want to upgrade anything. But it is what it is on that. Now, on today's episode, we pretty much are piggybacking back off of last week's episode. The last segment that LJ was covering, we kind of mentioned about Assassin's Creed. We kind of mentioned about the price increase. How they was holding off special content that's supposed to be in the base game, and they were putting in the most expensive game and all that stuff. And me and LJ was talking behind the scenes about Destiny 2, and we were like, hey, which one you gonna get? Are you gonna get the regular DLC, or are you gonna get the deluxe DLC? And LJ was like, I was finna get the deluxe DLC until I see how much it costs. And I was like, yeah, because they went up, if I'm not mistaken, $40. I think they went up $40, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you serious?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, it's high. Yeah, the DLC for Destiny plus the annual pass is higher than what it used to be. I think they went up. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think they went up like $40 or $50. I think it's $40.
So
Wow.
the final shape regular DLC is $49.99, and then the final shape plus the annual pass is $100.
Yep.
So 50, then $100.
Yep.
So you buy practically a brand new game.
Because the annual and the DLC back in the day used to be like 60, if I'm not mistaken, 60 or 40. It was around that ballpark. But like I said, that's what we gonna talk about today. Because the gaming studios and company are losing their mind, especially with DLC. Because how the hell a DLC costs more than the base game? That I don't know. But we gonna talk about that. Now, before we get on that subject, Dad, talk to you folks, man. What we got going on in sports, man?
Okay. First, let's go NBA playoffs. Um, Conference finals, or I like to call, or I like to say, the bye week before the NBA finals for the Boston Celtics,
All right.
because they're currently up 3-0, and I'll be honest, like two of the games Indiana could have won, but they had no business. They had no business being that close. Boston has a problem with getting comfortable and playing to lesser than they're capable of. Like they play down to their talent sometimes. So, but they end up winning the game, so they're up 3-0 right now. And today is game 3 of the Mavericks. Mavericks. I'll just talk about it. The Timberwolves series, and that one is 2-0. And can we talk about how the defensive player of the year is constantly getting cooked?
Yeah, that's sad. Especially with how he with Luca. That's sad.
He is constantly getting cooked. So it's frustrating because, like, to me, Rudy Gobert should not have been the defensive player of the year this year.
Mm-hmm.
He had no business being defensive player of the year. It should have been Wembanyama, but they're not going to give it to a rookie because of some BS. And it's the BS like, oh, he's a rookie, he's not going to get defensive player of the year. And it was that combined with his team was bad, so they're saying like, oh, of course he's going to have good defense because everybody else is getting cooked, and he's just in the paint garden when he has good perimeter defense, So it's a whole thing. It's a misconception thing. So.
All right.
So you guys have any thoughts about what's going on currently in the playoffs?
You want to go, LJ? You go first.
I just find it surprising that it seemed like both these games going to end in a 4-0 without their going. I mean, it's still, we're still not that sure with the Mavs Wolves game. But I thought that game was at least going to go to 7 after what they did to the Nuggets. But, maybe. I guess Rudy Gobert just can't handle Luka and Kyrie, which is weird. And then
He can't. It's been forever that everybody knows that Rudy Gobert, you get him on the perimeter, he's cooked.
right.
I mean, I saw a highlight reel the other day on Twitter of Rudy Gobert getting cooked at the 3-point line. And Steph did it to him, Kyrie did it to him, Luka done it to him, Trae Young cooked him before. Like everybody's cooked him on the 3-point line. He can't keep up with nobody. So.
Yeah, I think the Mavs are kind of like a small built team, correct? So.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting, but I think the Mavs versus Celtics will be interesting playoff because Celtics. No, what? I'm not going to say that because I still think Celtics can somehow lose this because I just don't trust them. So
They up 3-0. I hope.
I don't trust them. I just don't trust them. I know they up 3-0. I still don't trust them. I just don't.
I don't really blame you. No, because they have a history of not being trustworthy in the playoffs.
Right.
If you remember last year, they were down 3-0 to the Miami Heat, and then all of a sudden the Heat fell asleep for 3.5 games.
You ain't lying. You is not lying.
But they ended up losing in Game 7. That series should never won 7.
No, that should have been a 4-0, just like the Lakers Mavs game. I mean, not Mavericks, Lakers Nuggets game last year.
Yeah, definitely. Um, that being said, a lot of news have come out lately about like post draft news and stuff like that. Um, there was one thing to where they said after they got after the Vikings got JJ McCarthy, they said if Malik Neighbors would have still been there, they would have traded up for another pick and then afterwards traded Justin Jefferson.
Really?
Yes, because Justin Jefferson wants to do contract. So what do you guys think about that?
There's nobody on Minnesota. There's nobody else on Minnesota to catch the ball, is there?
Jordan Addison's there. Jordan Addison's pretty good.
But is he Justin Jefferson?
No, there's nobody's Justin Jefferson.
I'm just saying. I just saying.
I say if he was a star player like Steph Curry, LeBron James, Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce, if he was like them type of players to the franchise, then yeah, we be having different conversations. But he's not like that, so he can't go in there and do stuff. I don't know. That's just me. I don't think he can just go in there and just do all that.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about who you talking about?
Justin Jefferson?
Yeah.
He's Justin Jefferson's that dude. He missed like 7 games last year. Still got 1,000 yards receiving.
But is he like a star? Like
oh yeah, yeah.
Well, if he like that, then shoot. Then but by all means, then go for it. But I'm just saying, like them teams, how they gotta have like a player that can do whatever that he want to do. Like,
Justin Jefferson's that guy.
Oh, okay. Well, if he is that guy to Minnesota, then hey, by all means.
All good wide receivers are divas. That just comes with the position.
But hold on, was it like 3 weeks ago? It was a while ago. Didn't you say it was either you or Dad, LJ? Didn't you say that wide receivers are getting going like their value now is low now, or
The running backs value is low.
Okay, one of y'all said something like that.
Running backs value is low. Wide receivers are. You get a top notch receiver, that's a premium.
Okay, I remember one of y'all said something like that.
No, and then you get a top notch wide receiver that don't act like a little baby all the time. you living life.
Other news. You guys hear about the Harrison Buckner thing?
Oh yeah.
No, what happened? I ain't here.
Harrison Buckner, the Chiefs kicker.
Oh, okay. I heard about it. I just didn't recognize the name. Once you said Chief, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I ain't good when it comes to football.
Kicker I know other than Pat McAfee by name.
When it comes to football, I ain't really too good with football names. But once she said that and the Chief, I was like, okay, I know who you're talking about. I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, like he basically, to people who don't know, he basically came out and said that women should probably stay at home. Not exact words, but he basically said that women's place is in the home, homemaking, and all that good stuff. So
I just want to know what made him want to say that.
He was at like a Catholic place doing a speech there, so he was playing to his audience, but it
backfired.
Oh yeah, it went viral.
Because when that came on, it made CNN when it was on CNN, and they would talk about that. I was like, why he had to say that? Like he knows that people. It doesn't matter what you say. Anything they got to do. If you in sports and you talk about politics, it don't matter how. If you garbage, bench warmer, whatever, they gonna record it and put it out and just. Yeah, I don't know why he said it. I
All he had to say was congratulations on
Exactly.
graduating.
That's it.
Go and try y'all best and whatever y'all did to get y'all degree in, walk off the stage and get his nice little check that he got from the school. That's all he had to
And all
say.
he had to do. But instead, he wanted to talk about what's on his mind.
I mean that it was really troubling him. Like it had to be really troubling him because he had to. I just think that's the craziest.
That was the that was the craziest time to say that. Like, I understand if you with your homeboys, like how we doing. I understand if we chilling, no cameras, no phones around, and you want to say that. But you in a graduation.
You know somebody filming.
Exactly.
somebody
And you
filming.
know somebody filming. But yeah, once you said the Kansas, I was like, oh yeah, you talking about him. Like I said, I don't know why he decided to say something then. But like LJ said, he had to get off his chest.
And one last thing, I'm talking about this is concerning EA Sports college football next year. EA Sports told release their tier package of how much they paid each school for them to be in the game, and tier one got 99,000, almost 100,000. Tier two got almost 60,000. Tier three got almost 40,000, and tier four got under just under $10,000 to be in the game. Right.
Okay.
Let me tell you who's in tier one, and I'll let you guys guess what schools are the online community is laughing at, saying they shouldn't be in tier one. Now, in fairness, how they decided what tier is what, they went by the AP polls over the last like 5-10 years or something like that. So that's how they figure out.
Okay, I see what's about to happen now. Because I don't understand why this is the thing, but I get it now. Okay.
So they went by the AP polls of who's been up there for the past like I think it's 5 years. Okay. So you have Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, Clemson, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame, Penn State, Oklahoma, Utah, Georgia, Iowa.
Wait. Utah?
I was gonna say he said he gonna have one in there.
No. Utah.
I know, but LJ, I know. Once he said Utah, we all know that.
Oklahoma State was a stretch.
Yes.
Utah hasn't been relevant in 800 years other than one season.
Utah haven't been relevant since they even started football. Let's just keep it real.
Utah in the Pac-12. Last one is LSU. The last one was LSU.
Okay, that's fine.
But Utah was there, and people were like, Utah's been relatively decent, but they're not top tier. They're not a blue buzz school. You know, they're not one of those.
Okay, well, hold up. Where's Auburn? Do you know where Auburn is?
I'll tell you right now. Auburn is
Tier
the whole
three.
No, they're tier 2.
Oh,
Okay.
Auburn's tier 2.
I was going to feel some type of way if Utah is 1 and Auburn's anything lower than 2.
There's a lot of teams in tier 2. I could go down the list if you want me to.
No, that's fine. I was just caring about where Auburn was. That's it. I ain't care about nobody.
Yeah, USC is tier 2 also. Boise State's actually tier 2.
Boise State
been good. They just be choking lately during like the end season, but for the most part they got a good yeah. I can see why.
Tier 2 also has Liberty, Utah State.
Somebody must love Utah. Somebody loves Utah. Either Utah paying them or somebody just got somebody over there.
Utah gotta be paying them.
I believe this is New Mexico's. Yeah.
New Mexico deserved it because they blew out USA and Auburn.
UCF is a tier 2. UCLA is tier 2. Whatever. University of Houston is tier 2. So, yeah.
Okay.
But everybody's talking about Oklahoma State, and Utah, and some shade towards Iowa, but Iowa has good defense. Have been having good defense in there. Practically put a tight end in the NFL every year. So
I can kind of understand Oklahoma State because Oklahoma State always ends up finding their way onto the AP Bowl by the end. The one that blows my mind is Utah. Utah just makes
I'm
absolutely
trying to
no
tell
sense.
you,
To
somebody
me.
love Utah.
Just no sense whatsoever. That it blows my mind.
and one last thing before we go, 2K just got the rights to FIFA. The one left when EA left it, they said EA still gonna be making I can't remember. It's FC football. That's what it's called. They're still going to make their games, but 2K now has the rights to FIFA, which means they can do the World Cup. So, and that's pretty much what the only difference is, except that and I'll tell everybody, why I was doing, I said they're my players about to be so expensive.
You already know they finna tax on everything in FIFA.
They go tax on everything, and I like I said, like I have gone to rehab. My friends tried to get me on 2K the other day. I said I'm not going back. I'm done. As much as I love basketball, I cannot buy another 2K game in good conscience. So, but y'all have fun with that because until they fix their overcharging for VC and stuff like that, or not making it play to win with that, pay to win. So,
All right.
I hear you. It's crazy. But other than that, that is everything from sports brought to you by Dad himself. Now, speaking of VC costing too much and all that good stuff Dad just mentioned before we end this segment, the main topic for today is what on earth is going on in gaming, especially with the prices and them holding content for the most expensive edition for their video game. So all this started, basically all this started whenever DLC first came about. But we ain't gonna go that far. But pretty much this topic kind of shot up around Assassin's Creed when Assassin's Creed announced, is it Shadows, LJ? That's what it's called.
Yes.
Shadows. Okay. Whatever the Japan Assassin's Creed game. So I forgot who it is, but they called him the dude who looked like Jesus. I forgot his name. When he was going over the editions, you got the standard $60, $70. I think it's $70, which is understandable because now you make it 4K 60, some with 4K 120. Understandable. I can see why you kind of up the price on that on the basic stuff. I understand. Then you got the middle edition where you get like some cosmetics, some extra stuff, or depending on what kind of game you playing, you get like some extra gear to where you can run through the game kind of quick and do the higher end stuff early on in the game. So you got that edition where it used to be like $80, $90. Then you got the deluxe edition where usually you get more whole bunch of stuff. You get a whole bunch of cosmetics, whole bunch of other stuff, exotic gear depending on what kind of game you playing. Like me and LJ be playing loot based games. Sometimes if you get that edition, you get like exotic stuff like day one. You get a bump up in a level and stuff like that to where you can pretty much run through the activities. Then usually with that edition, you sometimes it come with a watch. How Starfield did theirs. Used to sometimes come with a shirt. How Fallout used to do theirs, and how Halo used to do theirs. Halo used to do a whole bunch of stuff when they used to have their deluxe edition. But come to find out, Assassin's Creed, when you get that deluxe edition, you don't get no watch. You don't get no little box figure. You don't get no shirt, no thank you, no nothing. You just get a 3 day early access to the game with additional day one DLC. That right there alone should not be in a sentence. Day one DLC should never coexist with each other. And that's it. So people got pissed off because they were like, so why on earth are you holding off content that's supposed to be in the game day one? It's supposed to be in the base game. But to play it, we gotta get the higher end edition to get the rest of the game or the rest of the missions. So that's where we talking today. And we gonna kick off with Dad, cause Dad been in the game ever since the start of video game came to America. So Dad, you founding father, the pioneer to this video game.
You just really just trying to call
I
this
ain't,
man.
I'm not
Oh.
trying to play him. I know you
It
about
not
to
so
say
many words. And not so many
Not
words.
so
I
many
felt it
words.
too, LJ. I felt it too.
I was not trying to play that. But Dad, talk to his dad. Talk to his dad.
So,
Coming from where you used to how the days you used to play games. Talk to us. How you feel?
so first, like in the beginning, where DLC first started, like it was to extend the life of the game. You know,
Right.
like you would have Gears of War adding new maps for a certain price. You know, like $15. Call of Duty add more maps because games will fall off. People stop playing. Say, okay, I'm done with this. I'm sick of this. And also, oh, they added new maps. Okay. Oh, they added this. They retweet this. It was used to like give more life to the game, till so you're playing it up until the new one comes.
Right.
So that was the idea for it. Now with this, now I feel like they don't have that in mind anymore. What I feel like they're doing is they're just it's a money grab basically. It's a complete money grab, and outside of sports games, because sports games you can't really do DLC for that.
Yeah.
They charge for like their ultimate teams and my player and 2K and stuff like that. But day one DLC is code for you want to buy our most expensive package out of the gate. If you want all these downloads and all these extra maps to come with it.
Right.
So, which is frustrating because it should not be day one. Now, if you're like, okay, let me say this for example. I know I just said sports games, but what college football did is that they charged you 150, 135 if you have Game Pass. To get the deluxe editions of college football 25 and Madden 25. So, and that's if you do that, that costs cheaper than buying both of them at regular price.
Right.
So, I had no problem doing that because that actually saves me money. You know, no problem with that. So, that's doing the deluxe dishes and paying more gone right. But where it goes wrong is this era of battle passes and DLC and having to spend $10 every month and a half for a new battle pass because you're gonna have more skins or whatever. DLC. It's gotten out of hand. It really has gotten out of hand. Like almost to the point where I think there needs to be like an investigation on why we're doing day one DLC with certain maps and stuff like that. There needs to be like somebody. This is how I know Congress is old because they don't care about this stuff. All they only cared about was when Microsoft have a monopoly and talk about monopoly. They took them to court for that.
Right.
But nobody's really talking about DLCs and how we have to pay day one for extra maps and all that stuff. So I think it's a crime for me, at least. What I think it is, because it's only specific like one genre. It's like the Destinies and like the Call of Duty. Yeah, it's something to do with shooting. That's where they get you on it.
Right.
So I don't know. What you got to say?
Now, LJ, what's your thoughts since once you saw that price of that DLC for Destiny, you were like, oh no, sir. So what's your thought?
So, gaming for some reason is becoming a rich person hobby for some reason. It's unclear why that is. Some developers say that it's because everybody wants these good games. They want the better graphics. We want to put all these new technologies in and things like that. And I say cool, but recently, in since maybe I'll go back to maybe 2015, 2014. Recently, AAA games haven't been great. And honestly, the best games recently have been the indie games. You think of Hades. You think of hold on, okay,
That stupid cat game.
the stupid cat game. Okay,
Talking about the cat with the gun.
no,
No.
talking about the cat that almost won Game of the Year for some
Oh,
unknown
Strays.
reason. There you go.
Yeah.
Strays.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why that game was, yeah. But it's those types of games that are, everybody are hampering for, and they're like, we want more of. Baldur's Gate 3 was a great game. Originally not thought of as AAA, now it is thought of as AAA. Helldivers is a great game, not thought of as AAA, but now people are thinking, maybe it is AAA. So it's these games by these individual developers who may have backing from big name publishers, but they wasn't putting like their whole idea in there. And then on the other side, you have games like Cyberpunk 2077, which I am going to go back and play, which came out really bad, but it's now good. That's just one of the few ones that started out that went good. One of the worst ones we saw that was bad and stayed bad was Randall's favorite game, which is the what's that stupid game?
Anthem.
There you go.
My favorite. Yeah.
So that was one of those games that everybody was hyped for, thought it was gonna be the greatest thing ever, and then it was just trash on arrival. Another game that me and Randall was hyped for was a looter slasher game, made by published by Gearbox, but it was
Battleborn.
not Battleborn. Which, again, I just say, I think if Battleborn came back today, Battleborn would 100% be the number one hero shooter in the game. Even though this Marvel Rivals game is picking up steam, I still think Gearbox need to come back with Battleborn, and that'd be fine. But obviously, they don't want to do that. But that's besides the point. What threw me off from the D2 thing is that I'm practically, okay. So I'm gonna say this: Destiny 2's DLC are usually good, and what I mean by that is that the price for them is not that you're getting a brand new game, but you're getting a lot of stories and you're getting a lot of missions and you're buying for the whole season. And I get that, but it's practically, I do not remember that. I do not remember having the base DLC as $50 and then the enhanced version as $100. I don't remember that for Lightfall. If that was for Lightfall, then that was a problem back then. But
It started with Lightfall. The price increase was started, yeah. Cause that's the reason why I didn't buy it.
Was it at 100? I don't think it was at 100.
At first, Destiny 2 DLCs used to go like this. The base DLC used to be like $35, $40 if I'm not mistaken. The annual pass with the 3 or now 4 maybe DLCs plus the big DLC usually ran you about $75, $80, $90 if I'm not mistaken. Which that's okay. But now the base DLC $50, $60 that's a freaking game. And now you got the major the annual pass that's $100. Like, bro, like, come on now. That's too much. Now $80, $90, that's a different story. I'll be like, all right, cool, I might drop it. But for $100, but the good thing about go ahead, Dad.
So what's the difference between $10 then?
See, here's the thing. Time's hard.
But you know what though?
$10
That goes to
$10 can go a long way. That's
So,
my only
but that
complaint.
goes to LJ's point though too that being a gamer it's a rich person's thing now. It's a rich person's hobby. It's gonna be like golfing and stuff like that. To where it's like you got it like
It's gonna be a flex that, oh goodness, he bought the new Star Wars game that costs $500,
Right.
and you be
so
like, why?
it's like this like when the PS5 and the Xbox Series X came out, um, it was a flex if you got it early, you know.
Right.
Right.
Um, Now, one of my friends jokes that if you're still an Xbox One, you're on the poverty box,
Damn.
which by this time you should have one. Like if you're responsible enough, you should have. If you're a gamer and you're responsible, you should have at least a PS5 or Series X S. I have both, so
Right.
um, but it took me a while. I didn't get my PS5 till August, I believe. So it's a matter of like when did you come up with these new consoles? Like, so help me God, please don't make these things to where like I have to stay up and like get a number and hopefully be able to buy one again. Like, 'cause that was the worst.
Oh, you know they are, cause now we got what we call scrappers. What do we call them things? What do we
Scalpers.
Scalpers. There we go. I don't know what I said, but we got
You
those.
said everything but
I
that.
said everything but that. But now we got those to where all they got, and on top of that we got AI to where all they got to do is just program a code on their computer through AI to where as soon as they launched the new systems, they sold out. Cause they did. That's why it took me forever and day to build my PC because they did it with my graphics card. Cause I was only missing my graphics card. And soon as my graphics card came out, Dad, I kid you not, on Best Buy, they had a countdown for it. Soon as it went live, 2 minutes, I refreshed it, sold out.
Wow.
And they was selling them on eBay for like $500 to $1,000 more. So sadly now, especially in this generation, you might as well go ahead and get prepared because they gonna buy it and then they gonna sell it for way more than what it's supposed to be.
So, I ain't gonna lie. This is safe space. I bought my Xbox Series X from a scalper.
I
I
wouldn't blame.
usually but usually buy my things through Best Buy because they have the like great warranty. But I bought mine through a scalper. I paid like $550 for mine, which wasn't that much over like the asking price at the time because the asking price was like 500. I bought it for 550. So, and met this person at the police station, and also they had like two dudes with them. Like I'm not gonna rob you, okay? I got money in my hand right now. Like, stop. We're in front of a police station. Like,
Right.
I got my daughter with me. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Doing too much.
yeah, but like, all I asked, like, hey, can I open it and make sure everything's in here? And it was like, yeah. So I opened it. Everything was not. I wasn't getting sold a box of rocks, nothing like that.
Right.
I understand you. You came.
So,
You gotta
and,
be
and,
prepared.
and I bought mine with the stimulus check. I ain't gonna front. Like,
A lot
'cause
of
to,
people
me-
buy
to,
stuff
to me,
with
I
the
was
stimulus
working, so a stimulus check was just extra money,
Right.
So, you know, I just bought mine with a stimulus check.
But here's my thing though. To go back to what you said, the difference between the $10. It's not. To be honest, it really ain't about. I'm not even jealous or not jealous. I'm not really too pissed off about the price. My thing is this though. Destiny, me and LJ played what LJ played Destiny since day one. I came in like a few months after, or a year if I'm not mistaken, after the OG Destiny drop. Here's my thing: when the DLC drop for Final Shape, it's gonna be the same old. Me and LJ gonna play, and then maybe a month or two after it release, we done. That's it.
Yep.
Then we gotta wait 3 or 4 more months. I think it's 4 months since they pushed it back. Since they went since they love Sony. We gotta wait 3 or 4 months to get more content. But at the same time, we were like, bro, we gave all this money to whereas back in the day when we were playing the regular Destiny, we didn't even give y'all that much money. We only gave y'all like maybe $20, $30 a year instead of giving y'all $1,000 a year now. To where y'all had way more stuff in Destiny than you got in Destiny 2. And now you got all these resources to do way more stuff that you used to do back in the day. So at the end of the day, it's like they just playing in our faces when they increase the price. Like they like, hey, we not gonna change nothing. We not gonna add no new additional stuff. We just gonna keep the same game. We gonna keep it broken, and we might change it to where your character gonna be garbage. But hey, we gonna increase the price anyway, just because we want to increase the price. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's why me and LJ were like, yeah, we ain't gonna buy it because we know for a fact they ain't adding nothing new. They doing the same thing and they actually adding less stuff in the game now, and they want to increase the price. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
No, I hear
The,
you.
the only thing, and honestly, I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't even be getting this if I did play Destiny from day one. And this is supposed to be the end all be all. This is the this is the end. This is everything we've been playing through for 10 years. This this is the penultimate end of everything. This is why you've been playing.
Pretty
You're
much.
going to understand all the story bits practically. Now, what happens after this, I have no idea. I think they're done with Destiny. I think Destiny's just gonna be on standby mode while they're develop. Which I'm hearing, I think I heard that they not that development was not going well, or it was being paused or something.
You talking about
So
marathon?
yeah,
Yeah, they fire 100 some people
right.
or
So
layoff.
I'm
I'm
not
sorry.
sure what's going on with that, but I think they will be starting to transition over to mostly working on Marathon, and Destiny will be in the back burner. I think if they do try to do back with Destiny, I think it will be time to do a new game and restart from ground zero again. Um, you know, maybe a brand new story. Uh, yeah, a brand new story, but how they achieve that, I let them do that. But but yeah, that's the main reason why I'm playing it. I'm playing it because I've done spent 10 years of my life playing one game
And money.
for all this time, and yeah, I'm going to see it through the end, and it better be good. Because if it's not good, I am going to slander them for the rest of my life. So
But that's all. That's the reason why me and LJ so pissed off because they are not adding nothing new or they not doing nothing different. They literally just doing the same thing they've been doing for the past 2 years, and they just increase. They said the reason behind because when they first announced it with Lightfall, everybody was pissed off. They were like, bro, why y'all increasing the price? They said it back then was because since they left Sony and went independent, they need the money to actually fund the game and yada yada all that stuff. That's what they said. Now they back with now they back with Sony and they're not doing they ain't changing it. They keep the same thing. So that's my thing. They playing in our face. They're like, hey, we gonna give y'all less, keep the same method, still have y'all play the same format, but we're gonna increase the price just because we feel like it. And that's why we just pissed off.
right,
And to answer your question, LJ, they gonna bring it back. Cause if you whenever you log on Destiny, I forgot where it's at. I think it's on the destination map, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere in the top right hand corner when you open up the map. When you click on and go to that little calendar, if you look all the way to the far right, it says the journey continues or something like that. The saga continues or something.
I'm not surprised it says that. But I'm not going to believe in anything until they actually say, "Hey, this is what's next."
Right,
They
right.
haven't they haven't said anything.
Well, we might find out because they doing something in a couple weeks when they quote unquote when E3 supposed to be in. So we might learn something around that time. So, We'll see. They probably gonna show off some the witness, the new enemies, and just like new builds and stuff like that. They probably ain't gonna say too much, but
Well,
they
that'd
we
be too
might
late
get our
because
answers
everything
then,
will be out.
huh? Oh
I
yeah,
said
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be
everything.
yeah, everything yeah, cause it come out. In
They
2
already
months.
did that. They already showed the new enemy types. They showed the new, which is weird.
I
So the
forgot.
new ability is, or super is prismatic,
Yeah,
and it kind of like
a combination of all of
putting,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is it's cool, but also it's kind of weird. I'm interested to see how that plays. And yes, before somebody say they are doing a lot of new stuff. They got a new enemy type. They got this. They got that. They got new supers. That's what they've been doing for the last three major DLCs. You get a new super, or you get a new subclass. You get a new enemy type. You get new armor, new weapons, new raid, new strike, new this, that, new location. That's that's the normal. And then the story is hit or miss because like the story before Lightfall, what was the big DLC before Lightfall, right?
Lightfall, Shadowkeep.
Shadowkeep. The story in Shadowkeep was great. The story in Lightfall was atrocious.
Here's the thing. You say Lightfall? Was you ain't like
Yeah.
Lightfall? Oh, okay. Here's the thing. Shadowkeep. I don't know what happened between Shadowkeep and Lightfall. Shadowkeep was the build
People
up
got
to
fired.
where, huh?
People got fired.
That too. Yeah. A lot of people did get fired. I forgot. But the build up. But here's the thing with Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep is the build up to what it is now. They should have had Lightfall first, Shadowkeep then this, because Shadowkeep literally the whole entire point of Shadowkeep was the pyramid people, and now we finally get to fight the pyramid people. Lightfall, I don't know what the hell Lightfall was about. Lightfall had nothing to do with the pyramid people.
That's the problem, bro. That's my whole
So
problem.
they
with
should have did
Lightfall.
Lightfall first, then Shadowkeep, and then do this. But I don't
No,
know
it was
what
fine how they did it. It was just they didn't tell you what was so important about the Veil. You had to go play the mini seasons. Which I guess that's why they wanted you to play the mini seasons. But something so important as the Veil, which was this supposed to be this magical thing, because so I'm gonna put in the little lore. So the darkness and the light, so the traveler and the witness have been fighting each other for eternity, practically.
Yeah.
The veil was supposed to be something that connects them, and the only way for the light to touch the darkness or the darkness to touch the light is with the veil, and that was the veil was for. So that was the veil was used for, and that's what happened. The light had control over the veil to keep it away from the witness, so he wouldn't be able to steal his power, and that's why he held it on the Saturn moon, and that's why you had this whole thing of why you had to go find the veil, and then you wasn't able to find the veil. They found the veil. They used it, got it to the side of the traveler. That's what happened. But none of that was communicated at all during the story. It was just you gotta go find the veil. What's the veil? It's this thing. What kind of thing is it? Go find it. Okay, that's literally what it was. So that's why I was disappointed in it. Because something that was supposed to be such a big piece of the story was left to 2 seconds of dialogue.
Like I said, I don't mind the price increase. If you are an independent company or independent gaming studio, I don't mind if you want to hike the price up on DLCs and stuff like that. My only issue with Destiny was when they did it. Their legit reason was they really didn't have a reason that they legit told us like, hey, we increased the price because we went independent and we need your money. That's what he legit said. Like he didn't give us like, hey, we doing this because like he said, look, we went independent and they wanted to go independent out there. They wanted to, and he bragged about it, saying, "Hey, we did this for you guys. We're gonna be here for the community. Sony will hold us back, and now we heard from y'all. We got your feedback, and we all decided as a group that we want to leave Sony. Like I said, LJ can attest to this too. That he was like, we left Sony. Now we finna now we got everything. Now we ain't gonna be holding back anymore. We can do whatever we need to do." We gonna make the game exactly how you guys want to make the game. We were like, oh, okay, hell yeah. Because at the time, everybody thought Sony, because that's when Destiny was bad. Because everybody thought Sony was holding Destiny back or Bungie back. So we were like, all right, bet. Now we finna go in there. Yeah. So they slowly start changing stuff. So Eververse, and LJ can, and like I said, LJ know about this. Eververse, that's pretty much how you buy your VC and stuff like that. That's pretty much our VC is Eververse,
Yeah,
where we
silver.
go in there and buy some stuff and drip our characters out and do all the other stuff. So in Eververse, they started in Eververse. They were like, all right, we finna change Eververse. So they increased the prices and increased the stuff in Eververse. Some people got pissed off about that. It was a little controversy going on about that. But, a lot of people, we don't use Eververse because you can grind the game to get the stuff. Or you can catch it to where if you do an activity, they drop it during like a world loop. So Eververse, a lot of people was too I had lost my train of thought. They wasn't too tripping about that. So they started with Eververse first. That's when they did the price increase. So then he came a week or two, a month later saying, hey, since we left Sony, we have no choice but to increase the prices of the seasonal pass DLC, yada yada. Everybody was like, huh? Like, what you talking about? He was like, yeah, the reason being is because we don't have no reason. We just need to do it so we can fund the game. So that was his excuse right there. So everybody got pissed off at that. So here's why. And then once he announced that, he noticed a lot of people wasn't buying the DLC because at the time we had 3 DLCs or 4 actually. We had the main DLCs and then we had 3 small DLCs to hold us off until the next DLC that's dropped the year before, every year. So when you buy the DLCs, it comes with one package to where you like I said, it used to be like 60, 70, $80. He noticed a lot of people wasn't buying it because of how retarded the DLC was. Like LJ said, it wasn't connecting at all. You do one DLC and then the other DLC drop, you be like, bro, what the hell is this? They don't got nothing to do with the story. So they then went back and said, hey, we heard from y'all. So now we gonna change the DLC around to where you can buy the big DLC and then you can buy each individual small DLC for $10 if you want to do that. So then he changed it around because people got pissed off about that. Now they went back on their word to be like, hey, now you got to buy the whole thing. We ain't gonna do that no more. So here we are. So like I said, Destiny Bungie community got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and on top of that, they fired like a whole bunch of people too. So yeah, they got a whole bunch of stuff going on there.
So I got a question because I didn't know this was a thing. Bungie's no longer with Sony now.
They with Sony now. They left. Then they no. They was with them. They
Right,
left.
that's
Then they
crazy.
came back.
No, you thinking not Sony, Ubisoft.
Huh?
They wasn't with. They just got with Sony. They went from was it Ubisoft?
No, they was
It
with
was a
Sony.
publisher.
They with Sony. Remember back in Destiny, regular Destiny.
Way back in D1. But what he's talking about is who they was with recently. They went through. They was with Ubisoft, I think it was. Yeah, it was Ubisoft. That's who we was complaining about. We were complaining about Ubisoft. It was Ubisoft, and then they got out of that contract with the Chinese company.
Oh, it was a Chinese company. Yeah.
And then they got bought out by Sony,
Yeah.
or Sony bought them out of that Chinese contract and became with Sony.
Okay, because I got confused because they were saying like Sony's holding them back and stuff like that, but I thought like for what we were talking about, what was being said, it was like Bungie was going to be the savior because everybody thinks Sony was going to lose out on Call of Duty, so
Right.
so Bungie's still with Sony though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
it is. Now it is.
Okay.
But it's
Activision. That's who it was. They were with not Ubisoft. They was at Activision.
Oh, Activision. They was. Yeah. Activision. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on. Yeah, they sure was. They was Activision, and they was going back and forth. Then they left that deal. Then Sony picked them up. I was thinking about the regular D1 when they had the exclusive
When they had
stuff.
they do the exclusive.
Yeah, because they had to deal with Sony back then. My fault.
Yeah.
My fault. Yeah, Destiny 2, they had to deal with Activision. They love Activision, and now they're with Sony. Yeah. So yeah, because they were complaining about Activision were holding them back. Then so they left Activision. Then they say, hey, we doing it for you guys. We finna do this. We finna do that. They didn't hold up the end of their bargain, but instead they came out with a announcement saying, hey, we finna increase the price on everything just because we want to, and because we are independent now, and we need your money to fund the game. We were like, huh? So, yeah, that's what legit he said. He didn't give no good reason at all. He legit said, hey, we just want your money, and the reason why, because we don't have a reason. We're independent, and we just want your money. So, yeah. So, I don't know. Like LJ said, we'll wait and see. Cause I was finna buy the annual pass, but then again I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just wait and see how the big DLC is first, and then if it's okay, then I might go and buy the small 3 DLCs separately
Yeah,
instead of buying the one.
if it's okay, if it was really really good, I might go and get the annual pass. But
Right. I just do it. Yeah, just do it separately. So
I just want to remind everybody, this is what was said when they did a playtester for Final Shape. The people who playtested the final arc for the saga, for the light saga of the end of Destiny 2, said that it was okay. To me, that is a significant problem, and they thought the same thing as well, and that's why it was pushed back to half a year. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
all I know is I'm not getting my hopes up because it's gonna be the same thing. Go in there, speed run through everything, and we're gonna be bored and have nothing to do for at least a month and a half until the small DLC comes.
And that's fine. I think that's how you have to deal with these types of games. It's like Diablo 4. Like people think like you need to play Diablo. If that's your game, that's your game. You're supposed to be playing it all the time. And I'm like, no, it's fine. You can once you've done what you want to do in the game, hit whatever mark you want to hit, then you stop and you wait until the next DLC or wherever. The problem is the DLC good enough to bring you back? And two, was it already good to begin with? That's the problems for me.
I
So
think a lot of people like you. A lot of people gonna play this DLC just because it's we finally at the boss to where they teased it since Destiny 1. The very first, this is it. This is where everything comes to an end right here, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people gonna come back just to like you, just to figure out all right what the hell is Destiny all about. So this is what Destiny is leading up to ever since it came out in 2000 whatever, when it came out on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. This is what it's leading up to, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people like yourself is gonna come back just to figure out all right, so how y'all gonna finish the story, and then we're gonna figure out what the next story gonna be because they talking about this. They going by sagas. This the Light and Darkness saga. I don't know what the hell the other saga gonna be. So
right.
we just gonna we gonna wait and see for a twab about that. So I'm pretty sure the last DLC that's gonna come out in 2025. I'm pretty sure they gonna tease us about what's gonna be next. But a lot of people gonna play. A lot of people gonna buy it just for the simple fact of they want to like you. They want to finish this story. Like 15 year long game finally coming to an end. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people gonna play this just to see how it going. So that's it right there. Now, Dad, before we head off, your final closing remarks to the good listeners out there.
Want to thank everybody for showing up, showing out on Spotify and everywhere else we are on.
Oh yeah, they showing us love on Spotify.
Yeah, it's much appreciated. And just one last note. Sean Payton said Bo Nix is looking really good out there in practice.
F them, screw them. I don't care. I'm with Dan Campbell with the Detroit Lions. I'm over there. I love him. I love what he's doing with the team. Screw what they got going on. I don't know why I don't know. Screw that. I knew you gonna say something too. I just knew it. You had that grin the whole time. I just knew you gonna say something. I just knew it. You just couldn't hold it off. You just had to say something. But LJ, what you got to say?
I ain't really got nothing to say after that.
We don't. talking about he's good. All right. See, here's the thing. You got me started at. Here's the thing. I told y'all this last week on the episode. He gonna treat him. He gonna make him his QB because he know he's a rookie and he gonna mold him to what he wants in a QB. And Bo is the type of person. See, Bo is politics. Cause he went on ESPN suit tie like he won 3 or 4 games championships. I'm like, bro, what? So Bo Nix a yes man. So wherever the coach say, he gonna be, oh yes sir, I'm gonna do that. He ain't gonna no. He gonna go up in there, sit right next to him, and suck his thumb, and wherever the coach gonna say, he gonna go with it. He gonna baby it. He gonna pacify and suck up to him. That what Bo is. And and that's what he wanted a QB, and he gonna mold him to be like, all right, this is how I want my QB to be, and he gonna make Bo the face of the Broncos. Watch.
You still have a lot of anger from the Auburn years of Bo Nix.
I'm just just throwing it out there. This is what the head coach said.
This is for the listeners. This is not for you. You already know how we feel.
Cause I promise you when he first, whoever they play first, I'm be glued to that TV and praying for the worst.
I will be happy when they sack him a couple of times. I will.
That's all I can say.
I'm not wishing for his downfall, but I'm wishing for him to be a backup. That's all.
You don't know how much.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dad.
You don't know how much joy it gave me when I found out the Denver Broncos was y'all team. Like,
see, that's why we ain't want to tell you when we find out, because we already know. We already know. Because when LJ told me, I'm talking about it had to been God, bro. Because when LJ told me, he like, bro, Denver finna pick Bo Nix, and I looked at my phone. I was like, LJ, what are you talking about? He like, bro. Nobody picked Bo Nix. Denver is next, and we need a QB. They gonna go pick Bo Nix. And I told LJ, like, bro, you just talking, you paranoid. We not finna pick Bo. Next thing I know, soon as I sent that text, notification from ESPN. Denver Broncos with the wherever pick he was select Oregon QB Bo Nix. I was like, and I sent LJ that. I like, LJ, why you cursed us? And LJ said, I don't want to talk about it. He said, don't talk to me. like I did something to him. And I tell him, I'm like, bro, we can't tell Dad. We can't tell Dad. We can't tell Dad. So, what? Yeah, like I said, only God, man. He would from college to professionals. He had to follow us to our favorite team.
I mean, but he improved so much.
Dad, I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it either.
Rather in the podcast.
I don't want to hear it.
But he was in the Heisman race every year. Like he's
in the podcast.
I don't want to hear it. Like we said, we'll see. But once again, man, hopefully y'all enjoy this episode. We're adults. We gotta save our money, and gaming is to get out of hand to the point where it's gonna cost about $200 to just buy a game. So that's all. But once again, my name is Randall, and with me, as always, the OG Dad himself and my boy LJ. And together, we go by the name of the 2 for 1 Special Podcast. Hopefully, y'all enjoy this week episode, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
We believe in Bo.